Here is a 3-minute introduction to astrotheology. First, we need to understand the apparent path of the sun. Because of the Earth's 23.5 degree axial tilt, the sun appears to make a sine wave spanning about 47 degrees. That's 23.5 degrees north to the Tropic of Cancer and 23.5 degrees south to the Tropic of Capricorn. The sun hits 4 crucial points throughout this annual cycle. Our ancient ancestors simplified this process down to a symbol called the solar cross. The first of 4 points in this cycle is at the vernal equinox in Aries the Ram, when the sun passes over the equator and rises at the easternmost point on the horizon. This is when Jews celebrate Passover and when Christians celebrate Easter. When the sun hits the Tropic of Cancer, we experience the longest day and shortest night of the year in the northern hemisphere, which is where today's major religions were founded. The next stop is the autumnal equinox in the scales of Libra. Equinox simply means equal night. Lastly is the winter solstice in Capricorn the sea goat. Solstice is another Latin word, sol meaning sun, the steer meaning stand still. This is the longest night and shortest day in the northern hemisphere. On the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of December, the sun appears to rise at the exact same point on the eastern horizon. Thousands of years ago, people would say that the sun has died and will spend 3 days in the tomb. But on December 25th, the sun is reborn and begins its climb back north toward the equator. Here's another perspective of this process. The analemma traces the sun's position in the sky throughout the year. So with this basic understanding of the solar system, you can begin to apply this knowledge to religion, especially solar-based religions like Christianity. For example, in John 3:30, John says, "He must increase, but I must decrease." Well, when was John the Baptist born? June 24th. And what happens on June 24th? Daylight begins to decrease, days get shorter. 6 months later, Jesus is born on December 25th, and daylight begins to increase. If you were to select a day on this analemma that could commemorate the beheading of our dearly departed John the Baptist, where would you put it? Right about here? Yeah, that's exactly where the church put it on their liturgical calendar. And you can apply this system to the mythical characters and stories throughout the Bible. While Muslims follow a lunar calendar, Christians pay homage to the sun. And there's nothing wrong with any of this. It's a beautiful way of keeping these stories and mysteries alive. And none of this is a secret to those who visit churches and see Jesus surrounded by the 12 signs of the zodiac. Or read Job 38:32, where the Hebrew word Mazzaroth is used to refer to the 12 signs of the zodiac. The 4 seasons show us every year how our relationship to the sun changes and directly affects our planet. The elements that make up our bodies are not exempt from those influences. As above, so below. Or as Christianity puts it, in earth as it is in heaven. This winter season, stay warm, embrace the darkness, because the light of the world will be returning soon. See you next time.